Clothing swap? Hello everyone, hi. It is early on a Sunday morning and I'm doing something exciting today. I'm hosting a clothing swap. I know this is probably gonna sound a little bit strange, but I invited a bunch of my Instagram followers to see if they would be interested in joining me for a clothing swap at my place. A lot of people messaged me saying they were gonna host their own because they were inspired by mine. So I wanted to share a couple of the things that I'm doing just to kind of give you guys an idea of how to properly plan for a clothing swap. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing I did was outline what it is that you want to bring. I kept it pretty open. I said people could bring clothes, shoes, accessories, houseware items like kitchen things, art and decor, as well as plants, but it's totally up to you whatever you want people to bring. And also I would recommend putting a minimum on the amount that people should be able to bring. So that way people don't bring like one or two things and then end up taking like 8 or 9 things. So it just, gives people a good balance. And that way people aren't going home angry if they end up coming home with nothing, or if some people brought only a couple things, they end up bringing home a ton of stuff. I figured the best number of people to attend would probably be somewhere between 5 and 9-ish people. You don't want too many people because then you would have too much stuff to go through, and you don't want too few people because then you wouldn't have enough stuff to go through. So in order to sort of hold people accountable, like our generation is a flaky generation, so I didn't want people canceling last minute. I asked people to put a $10 deposit on their spot. How the deposit works is basically I ask people to send me $10 to my Venmo account or my PayPal account, and then when they arrive, I will just return that $10 deposit to them. If you want to do this, that's totally up to you. It depends on how many people are coming, and it's totally up to you. But I just wanted to make sure that I had everybody come who said that they were coming. I told people that they had to let me know at least 48 hours before the event so that in the case that they're not able to attend, I would have enough time to invite somebody else who was also interested in attending. So when everybody arrives, I will give them their $10 deposit back. If people don't show up, I will just keep the deposit, but that sort of holds people accountable and gives them even more of an incentive to want to join. Okay, another thing is make sure that you have enough space and properly allocated space so that people can put their things out, so that it's easy to access, and then when people are actually going through your things, they won't have to sort of like ruffle through everything or sort of, dig through tons and tons of piles of stuff. I obviously clean my apartment, so I have a bunch of chairs that I'll put out. I have a sofa. I'll probably move the pillows into my room just so that there's more space for people to put their items out. I have a couple tables just so everybody's able to like properly put their things out. So there are a couple different ways that you can kind of organize how people choose things. So instead of having everybody sort of go at it at once, that depending on like how large of a group you have, we want to make sure that everybody gets a fair chance in picking things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write numbers down, like 1 through 8 or 1 through 9. I think there are 9 people attending today. Based on what number you have, you will go in that order and you'll be able to pick one item from the entire pile. So we'll start off at number 1, we'll go all the way up to number 9, and then we'll go backwards. So then number 9 will get to go again, and then it will go to number 8, number 7, back and forth, just so that number 1 or number 2 and number 3 don't have the priority over everybody else. We want to make sure, like I said, everybody has a fair chance when it comes to getting things. So that's the way that I'm going to do it, but there are a couple different ways. One of my friends wrote an article for Martha Stewart about how to host a clothing swap, so I'm going to link it below. A clothing swap is totally what you make of it, so it's totally up to you, all the different things that you implement, what things that you bring, how many people attend, and it's supposed to be fun. It shouldn't be like a people fighting over things kind of situation. This is really a way to sort of participate in our sharing economy, and instead of having to go to a thrift store and pay for things or having to donate things, people can sort of share, and then nothing ends up going to waste, and people have new to them items that they will hopefully use for a long, long time. So one more thing, you definitely don't have to do this. I'm gonna make minimal snacks for people. So I told them that I would make a couple of things. I have one friend bringing an apple loaf, which I'm very excited to try. And I encourage everybody, if they wanted to bring something, that they could. So I have some olives, I have bread. I'm gonna make some homemade hummus. I think it's gonna be like a spicy sun-dried tomato hummus. It's still a couple hours before the actual event. I'm gonna finish cleaning my apartment, and then I will show you guys how everything looks. I have some sun-dried tomato hummus that I made from all those ingredients that I mentioned. Oh wait, no, I didn't mention them earlier. I mentioned them in my stories. Okay, so it's chickpeas that I had unfrozen from a while back that I made a batch. Also some sunflower seed pulp from all the times I make sunflower seed milk, and then olive oil, salt, cumin, garlic powder, all that good stuff. Oh, and then some sun-dried tomatoes that I had soaked in water because they were completely dehydrated. So that's what this is. Here are some olives I found in bulk that I just picked up at a nearby store, and then some bread that also came package free from a nearby store. So here's some snacks, but more are coming, yay! Alright y'all, it is the next day and I had so much fun at this clothing swap. I got to connect with so many cool people, so I wanted to thank everybody who came out, and I wanted to do a little bit of a haul for you guys. So first thing that I got was this very cool hat, fedora, which I probably won't be wearing in the winter, but when it gets warmer I definitely will. And this will be in addition to my hat wall, which I'm very excited about. Another thing that I got, which I'm surprised nobody else picked it up before I did, but somebody brought shea butter that I guess they weren't using, and I used this in my homemade deodorant and my homemade lip balms. Now I won't have to go out and figure out another package-free version because it's secondhand. So really glad to have found this. The next thing that I got was this 100% silk scarf. It is just like a very thin one, so I can very easily sort of wrap it around my neck, tie it like this. I feel like one of those like pilots from the 40s or 50s who wore the leather bomber jackets and like the little white ascot. So very excited to have found this, plus it's 100% silk and it just feeds my like French vibes that I am always going for. So I picked this up. Okay, I got two more things. So well, I guess three. So two of them are these cat socks, which are so adorable. You can kind of see here, somebody just had too many socks, and these are like brand new, still in packaging. So I'm really excited to have these. And then the last thing I got was a plant. It seems to be leaning a little bit, so I'm probably gonna repot it, and it's so tall. But yeah, really excited to have found a plant. I'm glad somebody brought one. But yeah, overall, it was such a fun experience. And if you have hosted your own clothing swap, please leave your tips below. I feel like this could definitely benefit people who are watching, who are interested in hosting their own at home. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.